here to show the differences between metaDog and metaCat. I'm just going to show you the difference in body shape. You can see metaDog has a straighter body and the back feet off to the sides. And metaCat, of course being a cat, she has a little different shaped body. You can see she has more prominent haunches here, and her feet are tucked under like cats like to do. And metaDog's tail is an accurate dog tail. His tail goes upward like a dog's does, and metaCat rests her on the floor like a cat does. And when she's on, it goes back and forth just like a real cat. So these are both very accurate to real animals. metaDog has a realistic silicone tongue, black nose, and you can see the detail in the fur is so beautiful. And he has black silicone paw pads. metaCat has a cute little mouth, little nose. She has the fur on her ears and accurate cat ears. And then he has the thicker ears there like a dog, his type of dog breed would have. metaCat has the pink silicone paws. And another difference with metaCat and metaDog is in the pouches. Here on the bottom where you access the on and off switches, metaCat has Velcro. And then this is where you charge metaCat, and then there's the reset button, on, mute, and off, that's the same on both of them. But metaDog has a zip pouch, which is really nice. I mean, I'm happy with the Velcro, but the zip pouch is an upgrade, I think, because it's quicker and easier to open and close, and it stays closed better than Velcro does. So that's an upgrade. And same as on metaCat, there's the where you plug in to charge, reset button there, and then that is blue. When he's charging, that lights up blue, and then it turns off when he's done charging, and I'll show that. He has the off, mute, and on as well, just like metaCat. So I put metaCat aside for right now so I can show you the voice commands that metaDog does. He does all the voice commands that metaCat does, plus more. So if you've watched my earlier video on metaCat, you'll recognize some of these commands, but some are exclusive to metaDog as well. So the first step is to turn him on, and you can do mute, which then he won't bark or make any vocal sounds, but he'll still move his head and his tail and respond to voice commands, but just without vocal sounds. But I'm going to turn him on all the way so that we can hear his voice as well. So he has 3 touch points like metaCat on the chest, the head, and the back. If you hold your hand on his back, his heartbeat goes off. I'll show that with a microphone so that you can be sure and hear it better. And the nice thing with metaDog, with the heartbeat, is it as long as you keep your hand there, the heart keeps beating. Whereas with metaCat, when you put your hand on her back, her heart will beat for several seconds and then it will stop and she'll meow or make a sound, and then if you keep the hand there, the heartbeat will go again for several seconds and then stop and she'll meow. Whereas with metaDog, as long as you keep your hand there, his heart will just keep beating and he doesn't bark or make any other sounds. So this is really relaxing if you need to calm a child or a person who's ill or an elderly person or yourself. You can hold metaDog and keep your hand there and just listen to his heartbeat. And as you can see, he's totally still while his heartbeat's going and doesn't make any sounds. He just blinks his eyes. So I really like this feature because that was something that I hoped for with metaCat, that you could just have the heartbeat going because it's very soothing. And it's still soothing with metaCat even though she pauses to meow, but this is just really peaceful because he doesn't make any other sounds. If you deal with anxiety or you have a child who's upset or any age person who's upset, that can be really soothing. They can just hold metaDog, keep their hand there, and listen to his heartbeat and watch his eyes blink. If you leave him like this, he'll make sounds and move his tail and head. And then, or you can do the voice commands, which I'll demonstrate now. metaDog. And see, he barks and moves his head. That means he acknowledges his name. Shake your head. Shake tail. Do not move. He is snoring. It sounded kind of like purring, but I think he's snoring. And then see, he holds perfectly still. And then look up. And after a few commands, then you'll need to say his name again so that he knows that you're still talking to him. metaDog. Look up. Look down. Look away. Be quiet. Then he won't make any sound. You ask him to be quiet, which is helpful, like if he's barking and you need him to be quiet, if you're trying to talk to someone, then you can just tell him to be quiet. You can also adjust the volume just by saying metaDog. Volume down. It gets quieter. Volume down. So you hear how quiet it's getting? That can be really nice if the volume's too loud for you, and it'll stay that volume until you turn him off and back on, and then you can just say it again when you want it quiet. So it's really handy when you want him to be quieter. So you hear how much quieter his bark is? That's a really nice feature because if you want him to be quieter so it's more peaceful, like if you're unwinding for bedtime or your child needs to unwind for bedtime, you can have his barks be quiet. You see his howl was quieter too. So I really like that feature. And then if you want the volume back up, you just say volume up. Volume up. I think that's as loud as it goes, so just be sure. Volume up. And then we can also have him open his eyes, close his eyes. Oh, he was listening. I wasn't actually ready for him to respond, but he was listening. So that was close your eyes, so you see his eyes turn dark. But you can still play and interact with him. So if you don't want any light in his eyes, you can use that feature. And then if you want his eyes back on, you just metaDog. Open your eyes. And then if you want him to turn off, but you don't want to actually put the switch off because you want him to still respond to you when you touch him, then you just tell him to go to sleep, and then he'll turn off but still be active for touch response. And he'll turn off by himself after a few minutes, but like if you are ready for him to go off before he turns off by himself, go to sleep. And see, so now he'll be still and quiet because he's off, but he'll still respond to touch and turn back on. So then to activate him, you can just touch his back, head, or chest, or just pet him. That's usually the easiest way to have him come back on. And he's activated again. And now we can go through the rest of the voice commands. So you can adjust the brightness of his eyes. Darker eyes. Darker eyes. Darker eyes. You can see each time I say darker eyes, his eyes get darker. And he heard me say it again. Flicker that you see, that's just from the lighting in here. And so, just to clarify that, lighting sometimes is weird at night in the apartment with the overhead lighting. And then when his eyes brighter again, brighter eyes. Brighter eyes. Brighter eyes. So that took them back up to normal. And you can also tell him to give me 5. So activate him again. metaDog. Give me 5. He wags his tail, gives little high 5 hands in his eyes. And then give me a kiss. You so lovely. You so cute. So those 3 commands cause the same response. And then these next 3 commands also cause the same response. metaDog. Good girl. Good boy. Hello, baby. But you can tell him, no, metaDog. No, metaDog. Come here. And you can also tell him, go away. But see, he shakes his head and gives hearts because he's not going to go away. He's going to stay with you. So that's sweet. Even if you tell him to go away, he's still just going to be a love bug. Love you. Thank you. Be happy. Be happy. Isn't that cute? That's him being happy. Oh, you heard me say it again. I like that one. metaDog. Be happy. That one's so cute. I like that one. You can tell him it'll cause the same reaction if you say, don't be sad. Don't be sad. Then next is we're gonna tell him to be sad. Be sad. Aww. See, put his head down and whined. Be sad. And now we're gonna tell him to be hungry. Be hungry. That is how dogs act sometimes when they're hungry. They get really excited to eat. Unlike cats, they just act like you owe it to them. And we're gonna tell him to be angry. metaDog. Be angry. That's why he's being watchdog. But thankfully he's not a mean watchdog. And now, the last three, be friendly. And we'll tell him, don't be angry. Don't be afraid. So those are all the voice commands that he responds to. So he has quite a few. Another neat feature about metaDog is that when he's on the on switch or the mute, he'll occasionally come on randomly. He'll turn on randomly, which is really cute because when I had him in the living room by the sliding glass door and I was sitting in my chair, he started barking and whining. It was like having a real dog. Like it was like he saw something and started barking and whining. But if he's on the off position, then he won't come on at all. So no worries there. When he's off, he's truly off. But when he's on mute or on, then you can reactivate him by touch, or he will sometimes surprise you and just turn on by himself when you least expect it. that makes it really fun. And again, if he's on the off position, he won't come on at all, so you don't have to worry about him waking up in the night or something. Unless you really want to mimic the experience of a real dog, you could leave him in the on position all the time, even at night. And he might surprise you at night sometimes, even barking or whining. So then it's really like having a real dog. You can get up and check on him during the night and see what he's barking at. So it's a very realistic experience. Here, if you hold your hand on the back of his head, then he howls. And if you pet him, he'll wag his tail, bark, make little sounds. So that the petting motion activates those sounds and movements. And then if you hold your hand on his chest, he makes that sound. You can scratch him there on his chin. Now we've got metaCat on too. Okay, you two. metaCat, are you ignoring him? metaCat is just twitching her tail back and forth. What do you think, metaCat? You're just gonna twitch your tail and stare at me? No? metaCat says, why did you bring a dog home? This is my place. She's the typical cat. She's, as you can see, she's calmer and likes to move her tail back and forth, just like cats do. And she is not amused by nonsense. And of course, cats think that dogs are full of nonsense. How metaCat? You're not even gonna look at him, are you? No. She's just shaking her head. She's not gonna look at him. See, metaDog is looking over at her. She's not amused. metaDog's excited to meet her. But you're not excited, metaCat, to meet him? You're just gonna keep looking the other way? Oh, now you're gonna squint. She is not amused. Now she's just squinting. Oh, maybe are you gonna look at it this time? No? You're just gonna swish that tail. Oh, now she's looking at him. See, metaDog's trying to be friendly. And she's squinting at him. See, metaDog was being gentle. He was whining. To show you that he's friendly. See, he's wagging his tail. Oh, metaCat decided to turn off. She's done. metaCat turns off if you don't touch her or talk to her directly with the voice commands. She turns off after about 3 minutes, and metaDog stays on longer. Yeah, so I guess metaCat will say she's had enough of playing with the dog. And here I have a bright light over them so you can see how beautiful their fur is and the details. I think they're just so cute and so sweet. And as you can see, he's nice sized to fit right in the arms like a metaCat too. You can hold on to them. It's perfect for people who have allergies and can't have real pets in the house. Or like in my case, I can't have dog or cats like I mentioned in my review of metaCat due to a family member having severe allergies to dogs and cats. And if you subscribe to my channel, you might have seen I have pet mice videos. I'm talking right now, metaDog. And so I can have pet mice, and so I still have real pets and I interact with my friends' dogs and cats. But I can't have dog or cats due to a family member's allergies. So these are great for people who have allergies, or for people who, for whatever reason, can't take care of a dog or a cat. Maybe where you live doesn't allow dogs or cats for pets, or you're not home enough to have a dog or a cat, or you're not in a financial position to take care of one, or if you have a loved one that you take care of, like an elderly person or a child who isn't capable of taking care of a pet, or if they have a mental or physical disability where it's not safe to leave a live pet with them, like they might not take proper care of it. These are great little companions because you don't have to worry that, yeah, good girl, metaCat. You don't have to worry that the live pet's going to be neglected, and yet they can still have fun with the experience of having a cuddly pet. And also, like, if you have someone who has travel anxiety, the charger for these since they have rechargeable batteries. You can plug it in the USB port in a car if you need to recharge on the road, like to comfort a child for travel or a person who deals with anxiety. Then they can hold the dog or the cat or both for a road trip, and that can make things a lot easier on a road trip. So there's all sorts of scenarios where this can be helpful to have a robot pet like this. When I was a kid, they had those little virtual pets. There was a little screen, and you had the little clip, you can clip them on your belt loop. I had a Gigapet dog, CompuKitty, a Nano Baby, and a Bobo Panda Bite. And then on the computer I had virtual pets, spelled with a Z. I had cats and dogs, but I outgrew both of those as a teenager, and I also had a robot cat. What was it called? Techno Kitty or something? I'll insert a picture here in this video. But I outgrew those as I grew up. But these, I mean, they're for all ages. Like, even though I'm an adult, I don't think you can really outgrow these because they don't look like little kid toys. Kids enjoy them, but they're also made for adults too, so I like that feature because it's for all ages. They're just so cheerful. Like, all the people that I've shown them to, it just makes people smile because they're so cute and cheerful. And like, having robot pets like this, it doesn't replace real pets or real people. It's like, you can have a real pet and a robot pet. It's just fun. They're just something to enjoy. You agree, huh, metaDog? There's something to enjoy in addition to real people, real pets, real life. And they can be a real comfort. Like, when I have trouble sleeping, then I'll just hold metaCat or metaDog now that I have metaDog, and it helps me fall asleep. And that's a lot better than taking sleeping pills or, taking up a bad habit. They're comforting, I think, for a lot of people. And metaDog also comes with the same brush that metaCat comes with, a comb actually, and the lint roller. And then I use the same water-based wet wipes to clean his fur, like I showed in my video of metaCat. So I'll show you a little clip of that as well in this video. And link those in the description. I've been using them on metaCat ever since I got her 6 months ago, and they're really gentle. They don't damage the fur, but they help keep it clean and soft, so those work really well on the fur. And then you can just use the comb, and it keeps the fur looking really nice. At the time of this video I'm making right now, I've had her about 6 months, and I use those water-based wet wipes on her, and the wet wipes are biodegradable, and so they're very eco-friendly. And as you can see, her fur still looks great.